Hey guys, so you ready for today's June 27, 2018, 11:08 a.m. Central Time. So a side note to my elite patriots on Patreon is you will get this video as well. I have a couple videos for you guys a little later today doing some research and shit, and got a little too irritated this morning on a rant video I wanted to do for you guys that I got into the point I was screaming, so I had to walk away. So anyway, I wanted to do this one publicly though because there's many of you. Unfortunately, my channel, are you ready for it, got shut down. Had about 10,000 subscribers, and I'd say about 5,000 had been with me since almost day one. So how many of you are left on this channel is questionable, but I know there's at least 200 of you, give or take, that have been with me for years. And with that being said, you guys have such a plethora of knowledge, not only about the government, how it works and shit, but like what Obama was up to, what type of things were happening during his administration, how he was using and abusing agencies, things were going behind doors. You knew very specific stuff about Iran deal. You guys know about everything practically, executive orders, how he was just doing the whole bullshit with Congress and gridlock, but then he had Congress for two times where he actually literally had the supermajority and got shit like passed that shouldn't have been passed. I mean, you guys know all kinds of shit. You know how Congress works, what they've been up to, what they attempted to pass, what they did pass, how they passed it, who's there, who's not, who got kicked, who hates who. You guys know everything. I mean, the amount of knowledge that you guys have is crazy because of how much I know that I don't even do videos on. And so looking around this country, the political ignorance is so far much more obvious than ever before. Because I have people that come to my channel or whatever and they learn a lot of stuff, and that was the purpose of my channel. It wasn't a rant channel or anything. It was to teach you guys how stuff works. Go over bills, all that trash, let you know what was going over government, right? And everyone who's ever hit my channel, unless they were just a super troll, right, has learned stuff, and I have accomplished my goal. I would greatly like to build my channel back up just for that reason, but beside the point. The things that are the discourse that is going on right now between, I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. Meaning, and I'm a millennial, obviously, so I don't really have that much life experience. But had Obama, and what I'm talking about, the political ignorance, does lead up to where the fuck is Obama. But had Obama not been the president prior to Trump, I wonder how different stuff would be, because of how the Democratic Party has always been about the race, gender, identity politics, right? But I mean, they are at a whole new motherfucking level that a goddamn socialist who's 28 years old fucking won in New York, a district, against a guy who was a 10-term representative who was like the 4th seat down from Pelosi. She's like a hardcore socialist. She's got a weird-ass agenda and everything, and she goddamn won. It was crazy. The ideology and shit that's going around and picking up speed in a lot of areas. Hollywood is just fucking ridiculous, but they're speaking out about stuff and they're just as dumb as everybody else too. Nobody knows what happened during the Obama administration. All they know is he was the first black president of the United States of America. That's all they knew, and he could do nothing wrong. And he abused agencies, he abused executive order power, he did so much shit behind doors. I mean, it was ridiculous. And all of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. The exact instances. I'm not just saying generically. So it's crazy to me because this shit's catching on. The political ignorance is catching on. And the reason it's catching on, obviously, is because A, Hollywood is opening their mouths on the late night shows and everything else. But obviously fucking representatives like Maxine Waters, wow, that was the video that got ugly this morning. But that I have to redo. And the media, the liberal ass fucking useless media that is trickled down into, no joke, the Independent and just random ass journalist type reporting people, including people like my fucking self that are on YouTube, not referring to myself, but I mean, are so ignorant on all topics. They don't know what's really going on, when it started, and all this shit. It's annoying because nobody's paid attention to it until Trump got in office, because Trump is such a fucking, head figure. He brought out the racism in everybody, and, he's a racist, a sexist, misogyny, blah, 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 all this bullshit. And it's like the left has gone from, and I read this today, from what Michelle Obama said, which is when they go low, we go high, or whatever the fuck. They have changed their slogan, apparently, that they are fighting fire with fire. That's adorable. First of all, you'll realize if you really pay attention to anything around this fucking country, the people that are freaking out are all the liberals, period, since he got into office, screaming at the motherfucking skies, crying in closets with their crayons and their puppies, okay? And the conservative crowd, the true conservative independent crowd, is pretty silent. We're not out there doing riots. We're not blowing shit up, breaking things down. We're not preventing people from speaking. We're not doing much of anything. The only people that may come out that are conservative or are on the right are the alt-right rejects that have walked around in like Charlottesville or something. And that's pretty much the only instance anyone can really point to is Charlottesville, Charlottesville, Charlottesville. I'm so sick of hearing that fucking reference. But we're laying low. We are laying low. The people who have morals and better shit to do, jobs, and I can honestly say nothing Trump has done in office is affected my motherfucking life directly, other than the tax reform, okay? Yet. And 2, there has been absolutely nothing that would take me to the motherfucking streets either. So these people are just nuts because they don't know what happened during the Obama administration. And since all this ignorance coming out of politicians, the media, everything, nobody likes to do research, nothing. They don't like to do shit. That they think all this shit started under Trump, that this fucking country went to shit under Trump. This country got shit stained by diarrhea Obama, okay, for years. And the conservatives who really knew what was going on were reporting it, but we weren't taking it to the streets either. And it's like when Maxine Waters did what she did the other day, and now all these jackasses are following around the White House staff. They're following around representatives. When the fact Scalise got shot already, the Republicans, period, in general got shot at last year. And some fucking bitch goes out and says some shit like that. I will get into that in another video. It is ignorant. It is irresponsible. It is not helping the situation. Period. The only person I can honestly say on the Democratic side, boy, Pelosi and Schumer are starting to sound reasonable after what Waters did, because everybody's trying to distance, and she's just doubling down on it, and she doesn't regret it, and blah, 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 and she's got these fucking nicknames and shit. Anyway, I got to stay away from that. So But anyone who was in the Democratic Party that was worth listening to, quote unquote, because apparently, listen to this. Apparently we have to look up to our leaders. I don't. I've never looked up to a goddamn president. I don't think I ever fucking will. But apparently whoever's in the White House affects everybody's goddamn, like, brain, the way they function, the way they think, and how they behave and carry themselves. And when Obama was in office, he was very well spoken, whether it was scripted or not. Okay? He was very well spoken. That Democratic Party right now is what they need, is Obama. Where the fuck is Obama? Because the 2018 midterms are fucking huge. I mean, fucking huge. At any other time in the next decade or two will not be as large of a big deal as this 2018 midterm is, because SCOTUS is up for play again. Because if the fucking Senate turns Democrat, which I don't see it happening, but if it does, and someone retires, okay, which seems to be the case, or croaks, okay, in the next couple years while Trump's in office, we could swing that court. And these past, court rulings recently over the last few days have been conservative. And had Clinton got in and gotten some liberal fucking far-ass left, probably transgender, gay, whatever the fuck bitch sitting on the court, these cases would have gone differently. And everybody knows it. So we could change the next few decades under the 2018 midterms. Period. So where the fuck is Obama? Why isn't he campaigning? Why isn't he out speaking, talking randomly? He was shadowing Trump around the goddamn world. What is his ass doing right now? I know what his ass is doing. His ass is fucking hiding. Because if he had to come out and speak about the issues, for example, the illegal immigration bullshit going on at the, quote, border, even though detention centers are all over this country, including places like Pennsylvania, okay? He would have to admit and talk about what happened during his administration. He would have to admit he was the one who popped up those detention centers and those, quote, tents and those pictures of those kids in cages. He would have to admit that's what happened during his administration. He would have to admit he was the one who started separating families to try and deter people from coming to the border. He was the one whose solution to this problem wasn't to build a wall or border security, but to throw money at countries like Venezuela and all these fucking shitholes that everybody knows is a shithole, and I've been saying are shithole for years. I don't need Trump to tell me that fucking Guatemala is a fucking shithole, okay? We threw money at those countries to try and help them come up out of poverty, as if we were gonna like get rid of their fucked up governments, okay, to make people stay there so they would have a better life. That was Obama's fucking solution to the border. Where is Obama? Obama is hiding because of that, because of this single issue. Had Democrats made something else their platform for 2018, I would guarantee, I would put good money that fucking first black president that we dealt with for 8 fucking years would be driving around this country supporting a bunch of people all the fucking time, all day long, on every goddamn network. But they didn't. They picked a platform that is so fucked up that nobody even realizes it, which is a political ignorance. Everybody thinks this is new. Everybody thinks that the zero policy or whatever the fuck Trump, put in play with no tolerance policy of bullshit of people coming across the border, and he separated the families. No, it has to do with the Flores Agreement that happened in fucking 97 or whatever. Then in 2015, there was a case that came down that had to do with children staying with their parents. There are cases, legal issues that are big that factor into the border problem. Period. Obama had to deal with it. Trump is now dealing with it. What's going on at the border is not anything different than what was going under the Obama administration for 8 fucking years. When 2014 happened and all those unaccompanied minors came in, what do you think happened to them? Honestly, in 2014, it is 2018. In 2014, what is it, 4 years later, where do you think those unaccompanied minors are? Do you think they're still sitting around somewhere? You think all these unaccompanied minors had relatives in this country? What did they do with them? I would like to know that. What the fuck did you do with all those fucking little kids? Are they still sitting in detention centers? I mean, what's the deal? And then they say we have thousands of people coming across the border every month that we don't even have room. Jeb Johnson, or whatever the fuck his name was, that was ahead of DHS under Obama, admitted on Fox Sunday with Chris Wallace that we do not currently have, and they didn't even under Obama, have enough facilities for families to even sit together. Period. And he was asked, well, where are they now? Like, what should Trump do? And he literally was like, he's going to have to build new ones because we ran out. We ran out of beds. So where are these families going to be going that are being split or have been split because of the no tolerance or whatever the bullshit policy that should have been the case for fucking years, okay, that Trump put into play? Where are these families going to be sitting their asses when the last DHS secretary said they didn't even have the beds under Obama? Please. Political ignorance. Obama is hiding. This is Are You Ready For It? Take care, guys. Have a great day.